Why do you always make that face when I hit record?
That's my regular face.
I don't think it is.
I don't. Well, what face do I make? Run it back.
You look very surprised. Maybe I will run it back. You look very surprised. I feel like every time.
I didn't know you. I didn't think. I thought you were still gonna fire off something before you actually started recording. Not on the typical neighbor move, like off the record. Then I didn't think we was going on record.
Yeah, no. Quick. I like to warm you up, cold open warm up. I'll cut this part out. Don't worry.
There was nothing wrong with it.
No.
There's nothing wrong with it.
All right, we're getting lost in the message because it's all hands on deck time, baby. It's
all aboard.
It's time to be freezing for a reason.
Yeah.
It's time to join Team Anybody for Saturday, February 25th to support the Special Olympics athletes at the Polar Plunge at Heinz Field.
I don't know how to say it. Akershire.
Yeah, Akershire. It's always Heinz Field here and in our hearts. But no, Ralphie, we've been teasing this for many weeks now since the beginning of the season, and we're finally ready to release all the major details coming in with the Polar Plunge and coming with our goal of raising $10,000. So I guess first things first, we have to throw our first big thank you out to our good friend, longtime homie, Benny Business and Yoli's Cucina and Craft House, who will be sponsoring the Gemstone Capstone Tailgate of the season, which we now will be throwing for the second year in a row, the morning leading up to the Polar Plunge. So, Ralphie, I guess let's start there. If I was an anybody and I wasn't on this show and I was maybe a cotton-headed ninny muggins, didn't know what was going on, how would I, in fact, get admission to said tailgate?
You caught me off guard. No, you would go to www.polarplunge.
Whatever link is in our link tree right now. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
You would go to my fucking bio, go to the link tree, follow the link, and then boom.
How much would I need to donate?
Well, it depends on what you're thinking of doing out here. You could donate $1 for all I care, but... Well, not for all I care. We would appreciate $1 if you could give it.
Yes.
But,
yeah.
But honestly, you could give anything. But there's tiers. There's tiers to everything. There's the... ideally, we're trying to raise $10,000. That's not... That's like if we had that's a lot of people to plunge. We're not asking you to plunge. We're asking you to...
donate.
Throw a brother $10 real quick, and that will go longer. If we have, I know 1,000 people easily, and everybody I know knows someone that knows someone that knows someone. We know 6 generations of people. That's fucking millions of people. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Can we all just like throw us $10 or like $5 and let it add up? 2,000 people give us $5. We're in.
And I think we should stop right there and let everybody know. 100% of the money that gets donated to Team Anybody goes straight to the Special
Olympics. Straight to it. You don't give me you don't Venmo me. You don't give me no fucking paperback, greenback. You go on the website, you follow the link, you fucking whatever you want to donate, whether you want to plunge, you just follow the directions. I mean, everybody follows directions in life.
And if you do decide to make a generous donation of $30 or more, that will also include admission to the all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate sponsored by Yoli's Cucina and Craft House. So I guess that's kind of our 2 tiers right now. First things first.
I heard they throw a hell of a tailgate.
They sure did. They came in the crunch last year when some idiot couldn't figure out how to make pancakes, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, you should have Googled how to make pancakes.
Well, look at that. And what happened now? And now that I messed up pancakes, we have a sponsored tailgate. So you're welcome out there. I put myself on the line to look like a clown in order for us to elevate the tailgate game and for the anybody's to have a better time. But so that's
3 steps ahead of 3 steps ahead of the tomfoolery.
Yes, exactly. So I guess there's a few highlights here. Goal number 1, raise $10,000. It's a lofty goal. We know it's a lofty goal, but we've also know that we have some dope support for it. It's not out of reach.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's goal number 1.
But that's why all hands on deck. We can tackle this as a group.
We'd love people to plunge with us. That would be great, but Ralphie and I are ready to represent everyone in the pool. If you do want to plunge, awesome. You need to donate or raise $50 and you need to join Team Anybody, and that $50 will get you tapped into the Anybody Can Do This Plunge team, as well as admission to the tailgate. Obviously, you also get your merch from Special Olympics, your t-shirt, all that good stuff. We'll make sure any hiccups from registration last year are smoothed out, ironed out, ready to go. If you donate $30 or more, you're not interested in plunging, that also comes with admission to the tailgate. We'd love to come down, have you drink some free booze, have you eat some free food, have you listen to some free tunes, hang out with us, watch me dance. Ralphie usually has a fun hat on. You're usually wearing a bathrobe, typically.
My robe's been on camera more times than anything.
We might need to get you a new robe. Plunge robe.
What's wrong with my robe? Unless
I thought that's what you meant. It's been on camera too many times.
Unless you're going to get me some super fly.
What if I get you like a boxer one with like Yoga Ralph on the back?
I got to be comfortable and warm.
I'll let you pick out the brand and then I get to design the back.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to say no to a free robe.
Yeah. Your birthday's coming up. If you want to come to if you donate $30 or more, 100% of which goes directly to the Special Olympics. We're not taking $1, which is huge shout out to Yoli's helping us kind of take on that burden. But 100% is going to Special Olympics. 30 or more, you come to the tailgate trying to raise $10,000.
This summer, the Special Olympics are being held in Berlin. And, you could Google what a plane ticket costs to Berlin. We're trying to send a couple of those guys over there.
Or gals.
Whoever.
Anybody who's
any athlete, that's chasing a goal. Exactly. I always say, me as an amateur athlete, I like to push myself, and like if I could help someone break a goddamn world record, then let's do it.
Let's freaking do it. So
even if that's just getting you an Airbnb in Berlin for a week. Through the foundation, I don't know.
Exactly. Well, I was thinking about it. Like, it can't be as cold this year as it was last year. Last year was freezing.
What, in Berlin? I don't...
not at the plunge. Not in Berlin, dude. Like, no. I'm sorry. I should have helped you there. I did take a little bit of a left turn. That's on me.
I don't want to say... I don't want to say much, but... I noticed my cat is shedding awfully early, which means, like, that's even better than Fundamental Phil, Groundhog Phil.
Fundamental Phil. Did you just call Puxatawny Phil Fundamental Phil?
There's 3 Phils.
Who is he, George Mikan?
Fundamental Phil.
Who's that? You made him up. Yeah. Don't try and cover for it now. You tried to say
Fundamental Phil is a sick hooper. His name's not even Phil. We just call him Fundamental because he plays fundamental basketball.
All right. Good chirp. I'm down with that.
But there's 3 famous Phils in the Mon Valley.
Puxatawny, not one of them.
Puxatawny Phil.
He's not in the Mon Valley. Like, you just clearly.
But we watch him. We know of him.
You've adopted him as your own.
I'm trying to remember who the third one is.
Dr. Phil.
No.
Phil, my friend Phil Soder. Shout out Phil Soder.
He's probably the 4th. Maybe it wasn't Phil. I'm thinking of Russ, the world's second most famous groundhog.
What are you doing out here? Okay, Ralphie. So let's talk about this. We also.
I think I just had I don't know what happened there.
I think you had an aneurysm, is what you had. Like, yeah.
I'm confusing groundhogs and all that. There's Phil.
Oh, we're still doing this. No, you're done. Yeah.
There's Phil that everybody knows, and then there's Gus, the Pennsylvania lottery mascot.
Correct. Yes.
The second, and then there's my boy Russ, the 3rd most famous groundhog.
Who's Russ?
Just some dude that looked like a groundhog.
Oh my God. This has gone way off the rails. So
it's hot in here. You're already. I see you.
Oh, sweating. Do you think it's coming off on camera? I'm sweating, dude.
You think I just guessed you were sweating?
No, but I'm saying, like,
you look like fucking Charles Oakley right now.
I guess if you can see it,
turn the
4K
fan
camera.
on because you're the only one that can reach it, and open the window and not be scared of the big girl downstairs coughing.
Oh, that feels much better. Okay, all right, good. Everybody's gonna get a nice belly shot. Okay, so I guess we should also tell people that I think the video is coming out today. If not, it's coming out soon. Of you preparing for the polar plunge at the polar bear plunge. So I think we should talk about that a little bit.
I'm not the smartest man, obviously. I don't always make the right choices.
I wouldn't say that. I think sometimes
I made a bad decision.
You say things that you don't think we're going to hold you to.
Well, I knew once I said it was out. There was no turning back on it.
It had marathon
and I was
vibes.
down, but when I was thinking, what I was thinking was like, we go to one of them Narf honey holes where the water's a little bit cleaner, like off a waterfall or some shit, and just jump in that shit when it was like freezing cold. But no, we pulled up on a New Year's Day, Sunday morning, bright and early. The Polar Bear Club.
Let's start there, actually, because we're just going to go through the whole day, I think, behind the scenes. How about when you guys pulled up, I had no idea it was you guys, and I just had to, I thought Ida was going to get run over by a random car.
Yeah, I knew you didn't know what was going on.
I had no idea.
You should always stay alert out here. That's how you stay alive.
That's right. No headphones in, like you told me to. So,
me and Narf were creeping, smoking weed early before the birds were up
in the war streets.
Dude, it was. That's why you had to move early before the enemy woke up. You
versus the war streets is one of my favorite.
I don't want don't get me into don't get me into that shit.
Yeah.
We actually were Googling that on the way down there, like, why the fuck is it called the Mexican war streets?
I was trying to remember
it's
that.
Like, I don't want to disappoint any historians, but it's like a cheesy reason.
Yeah,
like it has nothing to do with war,
Go
Mexico.
look it up. Yeah.
It's because the street's Buena Vista. There's a Buena Vista in fucking right in my neighborhood. Nobody's battling on that shit.
What's the name of the street?
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
It depends on where you're from.
Okay. All right. So you pick me up near Buena Vista because we don't need to totally dox my address and street. But
that's not your street. Your street's named after a famous person I know.
Oh, yeah. If he shows up at my house, I'm going to be pissed. Yeah.
He should show up and steal the street. He should steal that street sign.
I don't think there is one. But yeah. Okay. So Polar Bear Plunge, which is different than Polar Plunge, happening February 25th, is a nationwide thing for Project Bundle Up, right?
This is, everybody knows about those people that just jump in the river for New Year. It's like tradition. North was trying to tell me it's a good thing. I thought it was, when I first got out of the water, I was like, you know what? I was like, I just fucked the whole year up. I was like, that's a shitty way to start the year, swimming in the river.
I will give you this. I think many of them happen at beaches and oceans, like Atlantic City and East Coast, West Coast.
Well, I don't know who designed this thing, but it was designed for failure. It was designed for someone to break a leg easily.
Maybe. I mean, if you follow directions, maybe not.
What were the directions?
Jump out. You didn't jump out.
Directions were from random tailgaters that
Ralphie, we watched the tape. Everyone else jumped out. You jumped in.
We watched the tape, but that's easy to say because if you look at how the tape goes, I had my back turned the whole time talking to you guys while you're watching everybody do it.
Well,
and then you're like, it was like a fire drill. Boys took the robe off like I was going into the UFC fight.
Why did it take us so long to get over there? Somebody was standing in line for a T-shirt for 15 fucking minutes.
Listen. This is what the big difference between the Polar Bear Club and the Polar Plunge outside Hinesfield, February 25th is New Year's Day. People jump in the river just for their health. There's no method to it. There's nobody getting paid, but it's part of Project Bundle Up, and I have a special place in my heart for Project Bundle Up. You got to fuck with the Salvation Army. They're cool people. And, they're selling T-shirts for $20. That's how they made, someone was probably misplaced over the holidays. I just hooked them up with some fucking Braceroni.
I will agree with you. The Polar Plunge on February 25th, Saturday at Heinz Field that you'll be doing with Team Anybody is way more organized than that is.
It's super organized. It's sanitary, organized, and
safe.
Funner time. Man, I'll tell you what.
He goes, I'll tell you what.
I was disgusted when I pulled up on that river and just seen that grayish green sludge.
Would you think it was going to magically turn into like the Pacific Ocean? I don't even know if that's clean.
I thought the water'd be moving a little bit. I don't know what I thought. I obviously didn't think it through. Like I was saying earlier, like that was a bad move, but like
I gotta say, maybe my favorite line on the video is when Zach PGH pulled up and legitimately thought it was just us jumping in the river.
When boys were talking in the message, and he was like, "I'll be there tomorrow." I'm like,
sick.
cool. Yeah. I thought you knew, like, there was going to be 1,000 motherfuckers down there.
That's what I said. He pulled up so confused, like, oh, shout out Zach PGH. We love you.
Thought it was just going to be us.
Yeah.
Well, if we were, honestly, we could have just jumped in Lake Emily, and that would have been, McKeesport would have been like, whoa.
Yeah. No, it was fun, though. I mean, there was that old dude in there who tried to be in there for 24 minutes.
I wonder if he made it. He was going for 23 minutes. Every year, I guess he sits in the water for the year. Last year, 22, 21 the year before. He was going for 23. And we actually broke the news before the news showed up.
We were talking. Yeah.
His wife came up and was talking to me after she seen me drowning. Yeah. And I seen her videotaping dude swimming. He's just swimming. And I'm like, man, he has to be in there for like 7 or 8 minutes by now. And she's like, he's been in there for 10 minutes. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, is that your people? And she's like, that's my husband. And I'm like, Narf, grab the camera. I'm like, what's his name?
She didn't want to be on camera.
She didn't want to be on camera, but she gave like one of those unsolved mysteries. Fucking
like she's talking to the back fence. Yeah. You just see her back.
Her face was censored out and her voice was distorted. But she told me that she's dude was talking to us. Boys were throwing him like balls and shit to try to keep his attention. And right after that, it was like 10 minutes in or some shit, and he's like, I think I got hypothermia.
Yeah, dude, it's classic us. We were there, and
I was like, we got to stay in case we got to help him.
Yeah, well, we said that, and then we were like, fuck this is boring. We're out of here.
At the 20-minute mark, I felt like, I was like, oh, he said he was going to quit fine. 10 minutes ago. He's good to go.
Bro, his fucking neck.
Yeah, I bet you right now he's fucked up.
You think he's in the hospital?
I don't think he's in the hospital, but I bet it hurts.
So we were talking about this off mic. We should
I don't know though. You never I don't know. But
that shit could fuck you up like days later. I
think more likely he probably trains for that. I've seen Joe Rogan's steroid ass do fucking. The temperature was 38 degrees, I think they said. That's an estimate also. I think.
Who knows, right?
There could have been a block of ice right next to me for all I know.
No, that was just a rock you jumped on. Yeah.
I got broke. My shoulders out of socket. My legs bloody.
We were talking
my toes
about this
broken.
Too. So that old guy who was there, and his wife was like videotaping him continuously for like the record. And she was a very nice woman. She was a ride or die. She clearly got him out of frame of her phone when she was talking to you. She lost the So we were saying, we came up with this hypothetical scenario, and maybe we'll put it on the questionnaire.
You came up with the hypothetical. You made this theory up in your head.
I certainly did. I said,
is he going to divorce her because she missed
She fucked up the record. Yes, they seem in Snapshot a perfect couple of like him and her together accomplishing this goal, working together. I just had it built up in my head that like this dude said, fuck this 40 years of marriage, I'm out of here. It's because she fucked up my shit. I don't know. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, just imagine if he gets out and he's watching the video and he gets to minute 18 and he sees the thing like fall down. He goes, God damn it, Sharon. Just fucking walks out of the house. Never comes back.
That's a little much.
It is a little much. You're right. That's about that.
Very wild hypothetical what if.
Ralphie,
there's bigger what ifs. Like, what if dude goes underwater and drowns?
Well, I did say this to Narf on camera.
What if I have to jump back in the river and help him?
God forbid, like, you got hurt. Who's pulling your ass?
Well, that's what I thought.
Me.
I thought that because everyone, it's easier said than done. Everyone's like, why didn't you jump? And I honestly will tell you, I didn't think I would make the jump either.
Fair.
I thought if I just jumped and cannonballed, I'd fucking bust my back so sick. Because it was like, the way it was, the river wasn't high for some reason. Right. It was fucking low. And it was like...
Well, I will say
it was on a groove, and I'm like, man, I don't know if that's 8 foot, fucking 10 foot, like, and if I do a cannonball, like, the last thing I need is to crack my skull open and be rescued today.
Right, and we were busting your balls, but it's very easy to bust your balls in hoodies and sweatpants while you're jumping and doing it. And back to your point about the setup, no matter what it was,
the weather was beautiful.
But you had to jump out at least 2.5 feet, which is not like. There were some people down there who looked in way way less shape than you. You know what I mean?
I should have jumped. Instead, I thought I'd walk my way in there, and as soon as I started walking on the ledge, I was immediately slipping, and my feet were already submerged in this cold ass water, and I was already like, I could already feel the hair on my neck like frozen, and like, dude was like, "Don't panic," and I panicked twice. I panicked on the way in. I'd have died at Normandy. I panicked on the way in, and I panicked on the way out. But then I told myself, I was like, "You're panicking. Stop panicking." I reached for the brick, and my hand slipped off, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be like that."
Who was there for you, baby?
You guys let me suffer for a minute, because I literally looked at you, and I thought to my head, I was like, as soon as I could say "help me," I'm gonna say "help me."
I think this is one of those situations where like time's moving a lot slower for you than it is for us.
I clearly couldn't get out.
Ralph, you were in the water for 8 seconds. Legitimately, I watched it on video. You were in there for 8 seconds.
That's 8 seconds of my life.
You're making it seem like we were sitting there eating popcorn, watching you drown, not helping you. We were there before you hit the water. Like, we were there to help you. Like,
but I was literally, I remember looking up at you, and I'm just struggling, and I'm like, I know this probably looks great for Narf. Because I was literally scratching. I felt like my fingertips are all fucked up because I was scratching at the brick and it was slipping, and there was this little groove. I was like, I gotta hit that groove. Yeah. And I just kept reaching.
I will say, I am surprised you don't hear more horror stories from it.
Oh my goodness!
You know what I mean? Because like we were joking.
I clearly know why they do it in swimming pools now. And
dude, I can't. And again,
if you were
boozed up, could you imagine if you were drunk? That dude crushed a fifth of Johnny Walker.
Someone breaks their leg, it's gonna be. And it's very possible.
Bro, and it's like,
very possible.
Yeah, and again, it was wild, dude. It was definitely a little bit more chaotic than I thought it would be.
But I thought it was wild that they didn't have like. They should have had like a rope or some shit, like,
or a line, or just like they shouldn't have let anybody jump wherever they want.
Yeah.
Like,
it was mayhem. You looked up the river. I don't know. You
could have jumped off the Smithfield Bridge if you wanted to. Nobody would have cared.
Narf was focused on me, but when you looked, it was like a domino effect. It went like fucking 50 yards up the river, just idiots jumping in the water. Like
it was just some guy on a megaphone that was like 3, 2, 1, jump. What the fuck's going on here?
It might have even been faked. We don't even know if that was the real gun.
It was just what do they call that? A flash mob? Like, yeah, a real gun. There was no gun. You talking about it's not a race?
It's New Year's. Pop that shit. Happy New Year.
But no, go run up, watch that video. That was a great time. Sign up.
Join. We would love to have 25 people jump. And honestly, I'm gonna be on people's asses. If you claim you fuck with me, I don't ask for nothing. People always be like, "You need anything?" Yeah, I need you to help us out on this 10K.
Exactly.
$10. If $10, you could fucking.
How many people? $10. Sorry.
1,000 people give me $10. Boom, we're in.
How many? Sorry, no, I was gonna do 75 again, but
75 people. Let me. Dude, if 75 people give us, they'd have to give us like 100 and like 107, $8 maybe.
Let's see, 75 times 108 is $8,000. You're getting closer. Yeah. So like, that would work. We just need more people to donate different amounts of money.
But if we get 25 people to jump, that's 2 stacks. So boom,
baby. There's your math.
Or if you want some fucking tailgate, get some tailgate.
February 25th.
Tailgate in your life.
If you donate $30 or more, tailgate, all you can eat and drink included, which starts at 8:30 a.m. We will get the parking spots. If you want to join Team Anybody and you want to plunge, that requires you to raise or donate at least $50. Any amount will help. 100% of donations go straight to Special Olympics. None to me, none to Ralphie, none to the Next Anybody t-shirt, none to Yoli's. Huge shout out to Benny and everybody over at Yoli's for helping us out with this. It's a huge lift that they're going to, and the support that they've shown us, not only for this, but everything else we do at the show. It does not go unrecognized. It means so much to us. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
100 people give $100. We're selling easy.
We're balling, baby.
It's simple.
Link is in Anybody Can Do This Show bio. The link is in Ralphie's bio. If you go, you click on the link, it takes you right to our team page. You can either join to plunge or you can just hit the donate
Someone
link.
just joined now.
Oh, shout out to you.
We only need $9,990.
We'll see you next week.
It's only 900 of y'all now. 900 people. Give us $10.
Keep saying 900.
Give us $10. We're in. We'll see you at the plunge.